Shalom, and welcome back to B'nai Noach Academy, Thoughts on the Torah. Please remember to hit the like button, to subscribe if you haven't done so, and of course, to share this wisdom together with friends and family. So here's a very interesting question. In today's environment, so many people have politicians whom they dislike. And say, for example, somebody does not agree with the president, doesn't like the president, maybe despises the president. Do they still have an obligation to respect him? At least a fundamental, basic respect. Well, in the story where Jacob, the patriarch, before his passing, he calls his son Joseph, who is the de facto ruler of Egypt, and he asks him to commit that he's going to have his remains transported to Israel and buried in the Holy Land. When Joseph swears to him, if you look in Genesis chapter 47, chapter 31, chapter 47, verse 31, it says there that he swore to him. Joseph made an oath that he will do so. And then it proceeds to tell us that Jacob's response was, Vayishtachu Yisrael al Rosh Hamita. And Israel, meaning Jacob, bowed down on towards the head of the bed. Simply speaking, he bowed down to his son Joseph. Now the question is, we know that biblically, a son is supposed to honor a father. A child is supposed to honor a parent. A parent should not or does not bow to their own child. So how come here he did, when Jacob is certainly greater than his son Joseph? Well, the answer is that the Talmud tells us something very insightful. The Talmud tells us that a fox on his day, Rabbi Eliezer, the great sage, said, when a fox is in his hour, meaning he has his moment of glory, where typically, of course, a lion is the king of the animals, not the fox. The fox is considered to be the lowliest of the animals. But yet, when the fox is in his hour, bow down to him. Bow down to it. So what you see from here is that even though perhaps you may be greater, or in your mind, you may be superior, at least from your political thinking, from your perspective, from your outlook on life. But the fact is, if somebody has a position of leadership, if someone in that moment is in their prime, you need to show them respect. In fact, this is not the only time that Jacob shows respect to his son, but also if you look later in chapter 48, verse 2, again, where it says over there that when Israel, meaning Jacob, heard that his son Joseph is coming to see him, when he was already close to his death, he was already on his deathbed, he was very ill, yet it says that he summoned up all the strength and he sat up on the bed. Why would he have to sit up? Because the fact is that his son is a king. And that's what Jacob thought in his mind. So this is a very important concept. This is a very important principle, perhaps a fundamental principle in the Torah. Yes, you may disagree. No, you may not consider him to be, or her, to be the best leader. But the fact that that person is in a position of leadership requires us to show them at least the basic, decent respect that is due to someone in power.